Hey, we're driving around the orange circle.
Blaze.
I've seen plenty of vlogs from the orange circle. I don't ever think I've seen one of somebody driving through the orange circle.
Over here, where this car is stopping, is the where it says Kick and Crab. That was the soda fountain from that thing you did.
Yeah, this bench seems a little sketchy, but should be okay. All right, it is day 3 of our adventures in California. Today we're gonna do the Orange Circle, look at a couple antique shops, and go over to Knott's Berry Farm, and then some other things that I'm not even sure what we're doing. Brian's just showing me around this time, so anyway, let's get started. There's the historic fountain, which I believe had to be rebuilt after someone crashed into it. Now they've got all these chains and everything around the circle so that I guess that doesn't happen again. Whoever passes here, let him remember the brave men of the Orange community who have in all times gone to the defense of their country. The water is very blue, or clear, I guess. I guess there must be a filtration system in the fountain there. Now, if I had to pick any bench to sit on around here, it'd probably be that one over there because it's in the shade. So there's some of these grassy areas over here. You got some walkways here. You got a Splorin right there. You got the fountain right here and a school bus there in the background. So interesting. Why would they bring buses down here? I guess people like to ride buses. I don't know. And here's some benches over here in case you want to drink a piping hot caffeinated beverage. Actually seems quite a bit busier here than I expected it to be, especially on a Friday and early morning. It's not super early, but you know, kind of in the morning. All right, we're gonna head out now. We're gonna go check out an antique shop, right?
I think there's a good one that
Down
direction.
that way. Okay.
We should probably take a look at.
Let's go see it. I was just saying how I really like the architecture here. It just kind of reminds me of an old downtown, which frankly, that's kind of what it is. And this Earth Cafe building is pretty awesome. It's brickwork. Hours of work to build this building. I thought that Starbucks was closed, but no, there's actually people in there. It's just very kind of dark in there. Can't imagine a Starbucks closing though. Here's a classic barber pole right here. Barber. I just got my hair cut, so I don't need to go in, but it doesn't matter. They seem to be closed. Interesting old buildings down this way. Makes you wonder how long they've been here. I don't know. I don't know the architecture of the Orange Circle. There's a classic car for you. Or truck, rather. Oh, I like this old building. Very cool. Two's company, three's a crowd. Or Three's Company, there you go. So I'm told that this building is where they filmed That Thing You Do. Or at least part of it, maybe. Honestly, it's been a long time since I saw that movie, and I think I only saw it once. All right, now we're gonna go into this antique mall. I hear there's some random stuff in there. Huh, Splorin?
There's plenty of random stuff in there. Like last time I was here on the bag, I found some balls. There was a shirt. I found some teacups. There's a
All right.
postcard.
Let's go.
I found some dental floss.
You're dragging this out too long. Let's go. Let's
There's a
wrap it
sign.
up. Wrap it up. There's a Mickey phone in the window. I love that. There's some tiki stuff. That's what Ryan was ogling. That mask is awesome. And whatever this crazy thing is. Oh, here's the Disneyland display here. There's a Walt statue up there. Bust. Oh man, here's a whole collection of Winnie the Poohs. I had a Winnie the Pooh doll back in the day when I was a kid. I love that thing. Oh, there's Mickey's and another Pooh right there. Really wish I knew what happened to my Pooh Bear. And a really old statue of Jesus. There's a Bill Clinton doll. I didn't know they did presidential dolls. I don't know if I'd want to sleep with that one though. I'd much rather have my Pooh Bear. Wonder if my buddy Robbie Retro has this Ghostbusters 2 record. Bobby Brown. I was kind of looking for an Olivia Newton-John record, but I don't see any. I'm sure there was.
Everyone's looking for Olivia
Probably.
Newton-John.
Probably. Wow, this booth is really, really pretty. And then the booth right next to it is very spooky. Very orange. Well, I guess that makes sense. Here's an interesting case full of stuff, kind of road stuff, like the bug. Felix the cat there. Got a California license plate hiding back there. Got the Pet Boys. You got some more car stuff. You got like a Ford logo right there. Norton Owners Club, Mustang, 2+2. You know, I was just thinking it would be kind of neat if there was some like Atari stuff because sadly it's vintage these days now. Well, there's some kind of creepy looking statues there. I guess that's Adam and Eve right there. And behind is a cockatoo. I guess that's supposed to be George and Martha Washington. Not sure about that one. Just a wild guess. Here's some old cans of oil now. I used to watch the show American Pickers, and Frank Fritz, he was big into collecting these oil cans. So I guess there's a person out there who just wants to collect anything. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is like a train light, and my grandmother had a whole bunch of these, I think, lenses, kind of like this. They were a little bit bigger though and heavier than that particular lens, but I think I still have them. They just look cool. Pretty sure I used to have something very similar to this a long time ago. It was just, you know, you can't really win anything. I think maybe bubblegum. I think we had one that did bubblegum. The M&M guy is not amused. Oh, we got Chip and Dale here. And we have a Florida Walt Disney World hat. Wouldn't imagine you'd see too many Florida items here in California. And that's a Disneyland map. Fairly new, I think. Oh, look at these vintage cars. And a couple of DeLoreans there. Oh, the Batmobile. That's awesome. And the Ghostbusters Ecto 1. And then we've got a couple of these older cars. This is the Ferris Bueller car, isn't it? Well, that was a convertible. This one's not a convertible. Yeah, a bunch of old cars here. Old toy cars, of course, not real cars. I don't think they would fit in this shop. We got like a Woody doll up here, and oh, the Beatles up there. But check this out. We got all these. Well, those are wallets, but what I'm looking at are these lunch boxes. Those are fantastic. The Mickey Mouse Club lunchbox, Emergency, Dukes of Hazzard, Drag Strip, Disneyland. That one would be cool to take home. If it wasn't 120 bucks. Woof. Davy Crockett over there, Peanuts, America on Parade, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Magic Kingdom. That may be the Florida version. Skeleton up there. And 1,000,001 Disney toys. Which one will I accidentally zoom in on? I don't know who that is. Sure, they're not all Disney toys either. There's Minnie Mouse though. There's Mickey. Oh, and Donald. Love Donald. Here's an Empire Strikes Back Yoda mask. This is what passed for costumes back in the early 80s. But check out that poster. That is amazing. Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. 3-in-1 program. A once-in-a-lifetime spectacular. And this booth does have a few game stuff. Got a couple of Nintendo DS's, Sony PSP back there, Game Boy Advance, original Game Boy Color, the original Nintendo DS right there, bunch of Pokemon games, an NES here, 125 bucks for the NES. And here's a Nintendo 64 and a Super Nintendo. Oh, and an Xbox. Here's a couple of soap bottles here. Skeletor soap bottle. Superman caught my eye. And a giant Spider-Man back there looming over everybody else. Come on, man. Ryan found the Unicron back here. I don't think I've ever seen one of these in person before. Maybe at a toy show briefly, but those prices are usually insane. This one is like going for, I think 75 was the price I could see there. So that's not too bad. There's nothing more Lando than cool. I mean, nothing more cool than Lando. I used to have those Empire Strikes Back glasses. Wish I still had them though. You can get them, you can get collections of them, but it's just kind of neat to see. Also a Wonder Woman there. All right, we found the most random booth of all time, the Randomland booth. What is Randomland? Well, freeze this frame and read that. Well, there's a big wooden heart back there, some tiki things here, some Star Wars action figures, some more Star Wars action figures with a random Klingon there. Of course, you know, it is Randomland, of course. And there's Q, some Disney's things, stuff things right there, Snoopy things down there, Gumball Machine, Office Game. I don't know what those are. Mirror. Hey, whoa, here we go. Whoa, let's try that like that. There we go. Painting. I don't know if Justin painted this or not. That'd be kind of cool if he did, or drew any of those. Some old bottles. Jeez, where's he finding these bottles on the highway? Route 66? There's some stickers right there. There's another sticker. The Randomland sign. Giant Mickey Mouse right there. Oh yeah, and a coin thingy-mabob. Tiki mask there. Deep Space Nine. What is that, a picture? I don't know if that was like maybe a record album or something like that. Tribute to Carrie Fisher up there. Joker makeup kit. That's a must get, right?
I like this.
A couple of spacemen right there. What is that?
This is autographed by Randy the Randomland.
Oh
rat.
yeah, the rat. I remember that.
Started as a thing and then just kind of stopped.
I know, I wish he'd have kept doing
That
it.
makes it funnier, actually.
It's like the Disney afternoon right there in front of Disneyland. That's cool. Selection of magazines and books. See Star Trek hiding back there. Moonwalk, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Bunch of other VHS tapes there. There's another collection of VHS tapes there. Karate Kid, Meet Me in St. Louis, Hollow Man, some Battlestar Galacticas. All right, Justin, I'm gonna go ahead and get your Star Trek Communicator 100th issue with the Enterprise on the cover. Can't pass that up. And a magnet. So Ryan's telling me that this alleyway at some point was in a really bad movie starring Kate Hudson? Yeah. I don't even know it. Santa Daughter or something like that.
It was a big scene.
But I'm more fascinated by these little triangular, rectangular, square thingies all along here. I've always been told that they are like structural supports that hold up the building, not decoration, structural. It's kind of funny that they're just right there on the outside where you can see them.